What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to part number 3 of my castle rebuilding for patch 18. We'll be going into the next two rooms here for this part. I did put back in corner corridor 2 in this slot. I basically switched these two rooms around is all I did since the first part. So I replaced this corner corridor 2 that used to be over here with corner corridor 3. This used to be corner corridor 3. I replaced it with corner corridor 2. So I want to actually try to use this room. Less of kind of a pull through the wall and more of just like a solid room overall, I think. What I could try is like doing a pull like this, and then also have a group here, which wouldn't be a bad idea at all, really. I could put three groups here. I'm just a little bit concerned that this pull is going to be too long through to here. That's the only thing I'm really concerned about, because this is a really long pull, and I know that I was having some trouble with this corner corridor, pulling them through the wall over to here, with that, but this could just be slightly longer and it might give me some problems. But I might try it. I kind of want to use a Pete Poundmore even though he's not leveled up. He's going to be level 28 if I ever level him. What else is level 28? We have a Scorpio that's level 28, which I'm not a big fan of Scorpios anymore. Not that much. Stairmaster. Cyclops, Bad Dog. Well, let's do the one that I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put another Zeke in here. I also have to be a little bit careful. Let's see, how many Zekes do I have right now? I have 2, I believe. Alright, so this will be the third, which means probably the final. In case I do UK Azure's event, I want to have only 3 of each elite, because that's one of his rules in his castle. His competition that he's doing, so I want to just be a little aware of that. Alright, let's see, Defendatron, probably. I could put these right here as well, but well, let's see how that would work. If I just kind of put it so that this is the one that's aggro, that's the this is what's aggroing the entire group, and then I'm going to put in a Bad Dog as well. I think I like just the overall like trying to deal damage to the opponent rather than having sustained heals on my Defendatron. I'd rather enrage my Zeke and try to get off like maybe 2 shots on the guy, because a Zeke at level 32 will do roughly 1,200 damage per shot. If all 3 of them hit, that's 3,600 damage. That'll kill almost every archer, almost every mage, and probably a few knights, but not nearly as commonly to kill knights with these guys. They really have to be Stairmasters or something to kill knights rather than Zeke. But it'll at least force a potion out of almost anyone if they get shot by 1 or 2 shots. So that's kind of the idea, is hopefully that the increased rate of fire on Zeke's headshot will, allow him to get some hits. Alright, now this group, and then I could also do now another group here, which would be okay. Like this. I could do Explodifiers here. I've been doing a lot of Explodifiers recently. But a lot of these are going to switch out for Mr. Boom Booms, which is kind of generally the same unit, but it's a lot better. Like, I'll probably put one here, maybe one here. The 3 Explodifier group is pretty solid, so I don't know. I could put one here, though. And I would use 3 of those, especially if when I went up to level 32, for sure, because I think it's one of the best elites in the game right now. Alright, so I mean, I could do something like an IMAX, but I don't think so. I might use an IMAX boss room or put one right before my boss room with all of my mines and stuff like some people have been doing. I think that's a pretty solid thing to do. So I think we'll throw in some Explodifiers. Do I have Life Force? Yeah, I have some. Can I put in one more? It looks like I might be able to. Well, no, actually, because I have to have another Snotter to be able to link this correctly. Like that. So I would be at 15. So I can't quite do that. I can put in a single unit here. I have 6 supply, but I can't actually get it to pull through the wall if I use a guy here, right? Yeah. You have to use maybe a 2x2 or a 1x1 creature. So I could use like a Cyclops here and it would probably work. Like that. But the problem is the Cyclops would run way out in front of the Explodifiers and die before the Explodifiers even reach the target. I don't know if I really hate that though, but or I could do like something annoying like a Hungerbot just to bash them back. Basically, I plan on having probably a Ballista Trap somewhere in this range so that it puts pressure on them because I don't want them to be able to just kite back around the Zeke, right? So if I can get a Hungerbot to like, you know, bash them backwards, he'll probably take a shot from, you know, the Ballista Trap, which is just a little bit extra damage. And if it will combo well with this group if he goes for like pulling multiple groups, you know, kind of how you're technically supposed to use against Explodifiers. No one wants to wait around for these Explodifiers to walk all the way around because that's like a minute and a half. So I'm gonna try that, see how it works. Hungerbot, throw it in there. What does that give me? 16. That's actually wrong. Okay, so maybe I can't use Hungerbot, which is odd because I can use a Cyclops, which is the same size. I shouldn't be buying these, I should be using them out of my inventory. See, that links everything together. No, it doesn't. Okay. Well, it doesn't actually matter, hold on. Because I can just throw in a Snotter here, and that will link it together, and then I can easily throw in a Hungerbot somewhere. It won't really matter. So there. And we want to delay him as much as possible. Okay. And then we have the Zeke. And then here we'll have another group. I'm not sure what I want there. So another long corridor, but I've already used the maximum allowance of Zekes. Maybe a Pete Poundmore, to be honest. I haven't thrown one of those in my castle in a very long time. I want to see how he works out at level 32. It's been a while. I used to love Pete Poundmore, so we're going to throw one in. I do have to get a little bit of life force. I'll have to farm some after I finish up my castle, or over the next couple of days and level him up to 28 and then eventually 32. Alright, so I don't care where this gets aggroed, I just don't want the guy to be able to see him and line up a shot beforehand. And then a bad dog in front like I used to do. That's a solid 20-point group. We want to try to have the bad dog take any shots before the Pete Poundmore gets one. And then we want, yeah, Fist of Rage. Good. And I think we could try this. This is reasonable. Make it a little bit closer to the Zeke there. That seems like a reasonable room. Alright. Then we have a linear corridor. And I always liked my my Scorpio plus Mega Mutton here, and I think I might do it again. So it was something like this, and then there was a Scorpio. I'm only at 2 Scorpios now, so I should be fine on that. Scorpio. And then I have points left over. I remember there was a dampener here. Somewhere in this back of this room. And then there was a Mega Mutton group. Let's see, where's my Mega Mutton? Right here, Mega Mutton, which I'm at 2 at as well. I think this guy was down a little bit though. This guy can be right up against the wall. So there's no real way to hit this guy without aggroing the entire group. And then we have a Defendatron with a Bone Puppeteer. Just like that. I actually think I'm going to switch these up. I don't know if I switched these out before, but I want to because first of all, the Bone Puppeteer can't be attacked, right? So if he leads, he takes a couple extra shots. Secondly, the Bone Puppeteers are always behind the Mega Muttons. Like, the Mega Muttons will charge away from the Bone Puppeteers and won't get heals. So if we can get this guy as close to the hero as possible before the battle starts, and then have the Mega Mutton come in after, not only could he tank a couple shots because he's defended, but also it might help with the Mega Mutton charging away. Because that's what I tend to do against this type of group. I will attack the Mega Mutton, which a lot of people go after the Defendatron, and the Bone Puppeteer before they go after the Mega Mutton. Personally, I think just headshotting this once, making it charge towards you, having it charge down towards this hallway, and then killing it over here, when the Bone Puppeteer is still stuck over here because it's slower, is like the easiest way of dealing with it. So this might help that that problem that I've had, and kind of the strategy that I use to kill it. So we'll stand with this group as well. This is pretty similar to the castle that I had before, although I can change a couple things, like make it so that he takes a while to get around, put him in the corner. I also have to mess around with the timing on this. I remember it took me a little while to get that right before. I wish I kind of just moved my linear quarter that I had in my previous castle out of the way for a little bit to see if I wanted to use it again, because now I am using it again. Because it's been pretty good to me in the past. And I think I have it so that the camera rotation, how they should be rotated, is this should be on the bottom. If it's not, I'll have to rotate it again and just move everything around. But yeah, I'll have to pay a little bit of attention to make sure that the Scorpio comes out in front of the dampener. I think that I just have to make it so that he walks quicker. I think that's what I have to do, if I remember correctly. I also might have to move him up a couple hexes. We'll just see how it works like this. And then I can do a little bit more fine-tuning off stream. Basically, I will run this room over and over and over again, doing 1 hex changes every time until I get it so that the dampener is behind, and it's like the longest possible pull. Like, even if it's 1 second, I'll just change it. Alright, that should be okay. We'll test these 2 rooms, and then we will, go into the last 2 rooms, so hopefully we'll have this castle done pretty soon. Alright, so let's test it out. Again, we're just going to run through everything, volley it, and die a couple of times to get through it quickly. There are a couple things that I have to make sure are working. I haven't tested the bad dog change on my Jimbo yet, so I have to make sure of that it's all working properly. This room seems fine though, overall. Throw that volley out, it'll kill some things. Heal me, auto attack volley. More stuff dies. Just kite it until I'm dead again. Or until everything is killed. but I think I'll die first. Something I'm not sure of is if two of these static fields from the Stairmasters, if they overlap, do you take double damage? If anybody knows that, you could let me know in the comments. Something I'm interested in. Because I'm not sure if it's kind of like a debuff, where if you're standing in one of them, it doesn't matter if you're standing in two. Because I'm not sure if 4 of those Stairmasters on that specialization would be good. Now this is working properly. So basically you jump in here and you're kind of trapped in with a Jimbo. We'll probably put something over here as well to block your movement a little bit. And then if you enrage him, it's just going to be even harder to dodge this properly. As you can see, I even took a shot there. There we go, okay. And then we have this, which is these 2 explodifiers, 3 explodifiers, launching their bomblets around. And as you can see, they just shoot as they're coming, so it's like the longest possible pull that you could do. And if you just stand here and wait, it takes a pretty big amount of time off the clock. Just waiting around for these guys. And then even once you're waiting for them, I can't really volley this group without engaging the Megamutton as well. Although I just one-shot volleyed the Megamutton, which is kind of crazy. It's because I'm 4 levels over him at the moment. When he gets leveled up to 30, it'll be a different story. And then you would have to deal with a charging Megamutton, a healing Puppeteer on all of these Explodifiers, which is super annoying because obviously they're spawning free units, so. Seems like a pretty good group. Now the next one I have to spend a little bit of time looking at as well because I haven't seen it since I changed it. Alright, so my idea would be to try to get an angle on this Defendatron. I don't think I can get one from down here. The bad dog would always be in the way. And I can't get one on the Zeke. Can I squeeze through here? Yes, so these guys will have to be moved up if I can. Because I can easily get a shot off now. And I can one-shot that like there. So what I do have to do is try to move this group up a little bit. So that this corner is covered. And it should be fine. Alright, what do we have here? I think this group was fine. I remember testing it before and it was pretty good. You have the Zeke defended up here. And then you have a couple Cyclopses that I more or less need to see replays on to see their strength against other level 28 people with normal DPS. But you saw there I can get killed just by getting knocked down by Cyclops and having this Zeke hit me with all of his shots, so it's a pretty good combo. If it hits. Alright, so here's where I want to test to see that if these guys are actually coming. It looks like they are. But it looks like this pull should work. It's a super long pull all the way around here. And then there's that Zeke right there. I want to test this by itself, so I'm going to move back. Because I want to take a look at that Zeke, make sure I can't get any angles on the Defendatron. Alright, so here's this Hungerbot, which technically won't really do much for me. He doesn't actually sprint out too far ahead, though. It's not that bad. His movement rate is pretty slow, so it's okay. Alright, let's see. I might want to move these guys up a little bit. I can hit this bad dog if I want to. But he's actually defended, so I need to change that. That's one thing I do need to change. So I need to make it... He needs to be a little bit farther away. He could be like 1 hex in front or something. I could possibly just switch these guys' positions. And then you can engage the Zeke, which would be defended. Out there, you could probably get an angle on the Zeke if he was up here. But he's defended, so he won't take any damage. And then as soon as this... I think the bad dog should slip out in front. And I could even delay it so that that happens. So that way you hit a Zeke that doesn't take any damage, and then you have to hit a bad dog that is going to enrage the Zeke. So that should work. So I'll try that. Switch that up when I get out of this castle. It's one thing I need to change. Alright, and I don't remember, what did I put in here? Oh, I'll beat Poundmore, right. This is going to be super easy for me to deal with. Because he's only level 24 at this point. I need some more life force. I think I need like 100,000. He did still do quite a bit of damage to me. And hopefully when he gets up to level 32, he will have enough hit points to survive. And then this, let's just see. Because you can see that the Dampener is actually faster than the Scorpio, but as long as you have him behind the Scorpio, he won't, go out in front until after they arrive, which is what you want, because you don't want him to get headshotted down beforehand. Alright, that seems good. And then here, I want to make sure that I can't get an angle on this Mega Mutton, which I don't think I can here. I think that will hit. Can I get inside of this room? No, okay. So that should be pretty good. I'll move the Mega Mutton back probably 1 hex just to make sure. Or test it a couple more times off stream. We'll see. Alright, and that was the last room, I believe, right? Yeah, okay. So let's do those couple changes that I said. There was the Zeke over here. It might also be the facing of the Defendatron that I need to change, but either way I'm going to try just switching these guys' position. So like this. That should work okay. I'll test it the next time I test my castle. This one's fine. This one was pretty good, I think. Right, I said I was going to move this guy 1 hex back. No big change. It's just protects me even more against this angle that I was looking at. And then I think this was okay. Yeah. I might do a little bit more testing to see if I can make the pull slightly longer by like switching him facing towards the wall and still have him in front, but we'll leave it as is for right now. Alright, so that's pretty good. I think we've been going for another like 20 to 30 minutes, so we'll end this video here, and we will get into the part number 4, which will be where I place the final creatures into my castle, but then I still have to go through in part number 5 and do all of my traps, and then do one big playthrough through everything. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. We'll get into part number 4 tomorrow.